Good afternoon, everyone. My sincere gratitude and warm welcome to Dr. Radhakrishnan, Academic Director of the school, who is going to take forward our school academics going forward. My sincere gratitude and warm welcome to Mr. Prabhat Ranjan, Key Account Manager, South Zone, Mount Litera Zee School. My sincere gratitude and warm welcome to my dear parents, teachers, and other dignitaries present here for this parent orientation program for the academic year 2022-23. So to begin with, you all aware that we had a journey of almost 9 years in preschool segment, and we are stepping into a 10th year, and a journey of almost 4 years in our schooling. Then we are stepping into 5th year in the school journey. In our entire journey with the school endeavour, we always followed the philosophy of Zee Learn, which is what is right for right for the child. So whatever our decision making or policy making is purely based on this philosophy, what is right for the child. So due to the very same reason, we are able to bring a holistic approach and holistic outcome from our students who are interested in the education with us. The curriculum from Zee Learn, either we talk about Illum or Electroactive or BLD, which really supported us in ensuring a holistic development for our students to have a more in-depth insight of curriculum. Our academic director, Dr. Radhakrishnan, will have a separate session about our curriculum framework, which will be followed in due course. And there are endeavors which we promised last year orientation, which we like to just scan through so that we know what we committed and what we have completed so far during our last orientation. And then I want to give you an overview of future endeavors also for this forthcoming academic year. What are the new endeavors we are planning within our framework? To start with, we had a commitment from this thing, streamlining our communication channels. So we introduced Google Classroom, having effective communication from the school and teachers to our parents to bring in a clarity on the various domains, especially on the academic side. And also emails, dedicated emails has been assigned to the students so that the emails, the confidential and official emails started coming to that email so that the communication channels between the parents as well as from the teachers is smooth. Is very important for a school to function in a normal way or in a way where there is no gap. We should have effective communication, which we ensured by means of introducing Google Classroom. And second aspect is art integrated activities, which we introduced during our last academic year. And it is a CBSE requirement as well. So the purpose of art integrated activity is to ensure the different ways of learning, to ensure the more conceptual understanding, in-depth conceptual understanding, and then the retention, which we implemented wide across our primary and secondary, and we got a very good outcome in this regard also. Then we had an investor ceremony where we elected our student council members through elections, and we assigned responsibilities. The purpose is ensuring that we create leaders and be able to give responsibilities to our students and bring a sense of responsibility in whatever task they do, and which we completed during the last academic year. And we have newly introduced MLAZS Viveka, where our CEO also made his presence as a chief guest. And it was covering a wide spectrum of various competitions, and a lot of schools participated. And we have judges panels from external schools, outside schools, either principals or professors represented our school to have an impartial approach towards the selection of winners. And we able to shortlist the potentials and talents of the students, and where we can nurture upon. And then we had a webinars which we introduced during last year. Dignitaries from various fields able to come in and deliver and share the thoughts to our parents and the students on various forums. like child psychology, eye health, nutrition, environmental awareness and conservation, leadership sessions. So to have a instill a confidence amongst the students on various aspects, which brought a learning outcome also for students as well as for the parents, a kind of awareness in various fields. Then we had a concept presentation for our students on various subjects, EVS, English, Maths, and SST. So whatever concept they learn, they are able to first of all understand and able to demonstrate to the fellow students by means of PPT. So in-depth understanding is ensured first of all. Second thing is long-term retention is ensured, and brings a sense of confidence for the students to uh, present before any arena group of people, kind of no stage fear it takes out. So that we completed last year, and all these things whatever we introduce, it is not going to stop for that particular year. These all things will continue going forward as well, and it will continue for further academic year also, all through our academic year. Then we had in-house competitions, which we arranged as a part of the club, covering various competitions that also successfully completed. Then we had infrastructure development. We had a football court, then maths, physics, and chemistry lab we initiated newly. We are able to comply with the CBSE requirements to complete our secondary as well as higher secondary affiliation. We also completed our third floor construction now. So we expanded widely on both land-wise as well as the physical infrastructure-wise, so that our school became more stubborn to accommodate the more strength and as well as the more quality, where we can bring in a holistic education for our students. Then we completed our secondary affiliation during the month April 2021. And further, we upgraded ourselves by means of completing our higher secondary affiliation by month of December 2021. So we are a higher secondary school now. So those students who joined with us in 2018 for 5th standard, they are now in 9th standard. They will continue all the way up to higher secondary. So that is our roadmap for higher secondary, so that we'll have a very strong base or a foundation laid, and a stubborn approach is ensured, so that our own students able to have a transition to the higher level, and a better outcome will be ensured. So that is our strategy when it comes to higher secondary introduction in our school. And we introduced our program called CSE, which is a competitive integrated course program, which is our own initiative from the school side, where the heads of the department and as well as the coordinators and teachers, they ensured to have a better conceptual understanding in the lower grades, especially 5th, 6th, and 7th. We had to have some in-house program where a conceptual reinforcement happens and more stubborn understanding is ensured, so that when they have enter into grade 8 and further, it acts as a launchpad for them to prepare for competitive exams, and then they can get a better outcome when they expose themselves to all the competitive exams. When it comes to competitive exams, we have MT Educare also as a part of a Zee Learn endeavour, which takes care of foundation course, which comes as from 8th onwards, the online courses. To brief more on the competitive courses and MT Educare endeavour, we have Mr. Prabhat Ranjan, who will be addressing in due course as the session progresses. So these are the endeavors what we promised or we initiated last year, and we committed during last orientation session and able to complete successfully. And going forward, these all endeavors will continue. And we had a academic excellence award from Zee Learn. Out of all Zee schools, we are able to grab this award purely because of the efforts from the teachers and the entire team members, where we are able to show effective outcome even in online platform as well as in the physical platform. Obviously, this award goes to Vijayashanti Gopinath, Mrs. Vijayashanti Gopinath was the correspondent who's always acted as a stepping stone for us in the schooling. And when she started the play school all the way before 9 years, she laid the foundation stone, in fact. Next, Shruti. So going forward for the new academic year, that is the current academic year, these are the new endeavors what we are trying to introduce. And to start with is the futuristic learning, what we are focusing on, which I have assured during my opening session in the month of January as well. So we are tying up with Kriya. So we have dignitary from Kriya who is present here. She will be demonstrating you more in-depth view. She'll give more in-depth view about Kriya and this implementation strategy in our school. So in short, the Kriya is futuristic learning, 21st century learning system, which covers all these aspects when it comes to coding, Internet of Things, three-dimensional design, then app development, digital media, engineering design, artificial intelligence, basic electric circuit simulation, Python, Arduino simulation, and robotics. Able to hear, Shruti?
Sir, we are able to hear you, sir. Your video is struck.
Yeah, I can see. Can you stop and I will switch on again?
Yes.
I think there is some problem. I will log out and log in again.
Sure, sir.
Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sorry, there is a disturbance. Okay, can you scroll back to previous slide? Okay, Kriya. So for more in-depth view on Kriya, there is a dignitary from Kriya team. They will go through it. And so this is a new program which will ensure that our school is taking care of futuristic learning. That's what I strongly believe. We are going to have a separate laboratory for this, which is called Tinkering Lab, where they are going to supply all the equipments from Kriya. And we are going to equip with this Tinkering Lab or Kriya Lab with their equipments. And then from there, we will take forward all these sessions. So next slide. So MLSZ has become a theme-based program designed in a way that values are ingrained in the students through various activities. So we have separate weeks like mathematics week, child safety week, road safety week, literature week, freedom week, nutrition week, social awareness week. So the purpose of this is to ensure that our students are ingrained with values, and it is celebrated through a spectrum of wider spectrum like weekly celebration, so that the more in-depth view they will get in all these aspects, which will bring a kind of awareness for them when they going to encounter in the future. Next slide. Can you bring up spotlight on me, because I think the spotlight is off. Okay. We have a Western dance as a part of our curriculum. So whatever we are introducing, either Kriya or whatever I told you, we are not going to collect any additional fees from parents. Let me make it very clear. So it is a part of whatever fees you are paid. We are taking additional initiative to ensure that our kids are having exposure and maximum extent possible in a wider arena and covering all the aspects. That is our vision for our school and for our students' growth strategy. which we are trying to implement in a which with more focused approach. We had all these things before also, like Western dance, arts and crafts as a part of the curriculum. But if you see whether so much focused approach was there, obviously we took some time to understand where the things can be improved upon. For our own self-development, we developed this strategy, tying with some professionals who have a proper curriculum, who have a well-trained staffs. So where we are able to have a systematic approach. So even if it is a one class in a week, but they are going to have a like for we're going to get a effective outcome from the students. That is what we like to have. So on that note, the Western dance also we are tying up with a prominent dance company or dance academy. We'll have a proper curriculum, a well-trained staffs, and progress will be monitored, and age appropriate syllabus will be there. So that we can achieve a effective outcome. Again, work education is part of Zee Learn initiative. So Zee Learn introducing this year the work education. So as a part of the curriculum, which is an integral part of our learning process also, progress also. So it covers all these things: knitting, fireless cooking, then tailoring, photography, embroidery, and poster making. And so from this year, as a part of timetable, we'll have all these things set in, and our students will be exposed to all these activities. Then we have sports. So as I was always saying, we should have a balance approach towards academics as well as all the co-curricular and extracurricular and sporting activities. So on that note, in our school, we have developed a separate football track, and we have a basketball and tennis combined track, acrylic court with international standards. So we really want to have a team for all these sports. So on that note, what we are planning, we want to reduce the school timing from earlier what we had 3:45 to 3:20, and we will wind up by 3:20. So 3:20 to 3:40 we will have a dispersal happening. So after dispersal, 3:40 to 4:40 will be sports section, where specialized sports trainees they will be coming. Like for example, football, there will be a specialized coach will be coming, as well as basketball 3 days in a week, and tennis 2 days in a week, so that the parents who want the child to get exposed to all these sports, they can enroll. And it is a part of the schooling program. There is nothing additional charge. Only restriction here is, since our school closes at 3:20, there won't be school transport available for those students who are want to take these sports as a part of their endeavor on a daily program. And there will be a parent pickup, and for them they have to have a parent pickup. So this is the only restriction what we have. Otherwise, no additional fees. So these trainees, they will ensure that the agenda given to them is they have to identify potentials and talents from our students pool, and we have to form a team, a football team on a various level, junior level, senior level, sub junior level, likewise. And same way, again a basketball team and tennis players, individual players as well as the group players. So likewise, we are taking this endeavor on a long term, and for that we tried with some sports academy. We will commence from June onwards, so we will be able to we have an extensive session on this. Next, again Saraswati Arts and Crafts. Again, we had this art and craft session before also as a part of our co-curricular activities, but now we are tying up with someone because they had some curriculum, they had some systematic approach, and they expose according to the kids' age and kids' talent. So they will identify potential and take to the next level and to the higher level possible. So they will attend to all these areas like acrylic painting, and then origami, then patterns, pencil shading, pastel drawing training, then pen drawing. So the different techniques they will be teaching our students, so that they will have a wider exposure. So ASL is assessment of speaking and listening. This is again an initiative from Zee Learn. So it is going to be introduced just to enhance our students' listening and speaking skills. So there will be separate room where we'll have some speaking activity conducted, and then we'll have a comprehension happening, grammatical corrections happening, listening skills improvement sessions will be there. So Essel is a completely different thought altogether, a kind of a much superior thought, which Zee Learn is trying to introduce just to enhance speaking and listening, because after all, communication is most important skill anyone should have to get succeed in whatever endeavor they are going to take forward in the future, to have an upper hand. So in order to ensure our students communication skills to get better and improve further in whatever level they are, and to enhance, we need these special sessions apart from that LSRW sessions what we normally have as a part of our timetable. BMBI is bite-sized models, big-time impact. This is again a project-based approach new initiative from Zee Learn, which they are introducing this year, where life skills and importance of self-defense, meditation, attitude is gratitude. So those life skills will be introduced in a project-based approach. And so the topic given, the name itself suggests the bite-sized models and big-time impact. Definitely it is going to create a big-time impact with our students for lifelong, where they are going to get benefited from it. Now, Kidzee Padur, you all aware, we have closed out our Kidzee Padur in the older venue, and we are migrating to new location. This is the elevation of the Kidzee Padur, what we achieved, what we are working upon. So it's initially we want to start as a play school and then later on take it up to primary level. It's a bigger setup. We have about 10 grounds of land and 10,000 square feet of infrastructure, physical infrastructure, where we can create a very good infrastructure for any play school whatsoever. And we want to create a play school which is one of the best play school in Tamil Nadu. That is our vision. And we are working on, we are with a larger budget, and we are going to have a new facilities or new ideas like so mini theater for students, student gym, and various developmental corners, so specialized corners as a part of the indoor, and a bigger outdoor setup like what we have in Mount Litera Zee School. So it is right on the main road, YMR main road, somewhere in Kaipattur, and the location is already pinged in Google Map. If you want to have a look, you can have a look in Google Map. So it's going to be a much superior play school, one of the best in Tamil Nadu, and definitely our parents will definitely get benefited, and students will get benefited from it. So in the long run, our admissions and our school strength is also somewhat like getting saturated. So those who are getting into Kidzee, they will have a transition to Mount Litera Zee School. That is the stage as of now also we have, because we closed our admissions for pre-primary and primaries somewhere in March itself. And in this platform, I want to announce also, we are reaching our 1,000 admissions. We reached our 1,000 admissions for our school, Mount Litera Zee School alone, about few days back. So we are now achieving milestones on all spectrum, and we are confident that we will prove ourselves with whatever we commit. We'll take it forward confidently and implement it. Next. The other thing is the Kidzee Thalamb. Kidzee Thalamb again, endeavor which we had taken last year, and it is now added as a part of Mount Litera Zee School. And those who are getting admission in Kidzee Thalamb, they are going to have a smooth transition to Mount Litera Zee School. And as we already closed out pre-primary admissions in Mount Litera Zee School long time before, now I think we are having like the students from this area, especially from Thalamb area, they're taking admissions in Thalamb. It's coming up very well. Again, very good infrastructure. So anyone in Thalamb area can get benefited from this Kidzee Thalamb Center. With this, we have covered most of the aspects of our new endeavor, and wish you all the very best. Have a great day. Thank you.